Hello and welcome. Today we are going to learn how to make homemade butter with a mason jar and a few other simple materials. Homemade butter is a delicious and fun treat to make that is both simple and can be made with materials you likely already have. You will need a mason jar, heavy cream, a cheesecloth, and a strainer. To make the butter, take the lid off the jar and heavy cream. Pour the cream into the jar until it was 1/3 to 1/2 way full. If you fill it too much, it will be difficult to shake. Tightly screw the lid on and begin to shake the jar. How long you need to shake depends on how much butter you are making. We shook at first for 2 minutes.
But pretty much, yeah, that was kind of
After 2 minutes, you can see that the butter is not yet ready and is still mostly cream. After about 4 more minutes of shaking, the cream has essentially turned into whipped cream. However, we want butter, so we will continue shaking. While the cream is in this state, it is more difficult to shake, as being less of a liquid makes it so you have to shake harder to get it to slosh around. However, after shaking for a couple more minutes, the butter finally begins to separate and it becomes easier to shake. Here, you can see the butter and buttermilk separated in the jar. Now, we can open the jar and see the butter formed inside. Now, tilt the jar as to allow the buttermilk that has separated from the butter to pour out into a separate container. Note that you can keep this buttermilk, as it is an ingredient for many other recipes like pancakes. At this point, most of the buttermilk is drained out, but we still want to shake the butter a little more to make it a little smoother. However, this is optional. When the butter is at the consistency of your liking, place the cheesecloth on the strainer over the buttermilk container and pour the butter in. Squeeze the butter in the cheesecloth to get any extra buttermilk out. The butter is now finished and ready to be transferred into a container of your liking. Now, your butter is ready to be enjoyed any way that you would like. Homemade butter is absolutely delicious on crackers and many other things as well. We also like to put it on Rice Krispies, bread, and basically anything else. The possibilities are endless. Here, we buttered some crackers so that everyone could enjoy. While making homemade butter may be less convenient than going and buying it from the store, how delicious it is certainly makes up for that. The freshness and smoothness of homemade butter is unrivaled by anything that you could buy from the store. Beyond that, homemade butter is just extremely fun to make. While there are other methods of making homemade butter, using a mason jar is my favorite because it is simple and the most fun. I hope that you have found this video helpful, and good luck on making your own butter.
I'm going to butter your cracker.